Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Scrapbooking with Trish. Today I'm going to show you how to create digital paper fringe for your layouts. The first thing that you are going to do is create a new file at 1200 by 900 pixels or 4 by 3 inches. Mine is just automatically pixels. Then you're going to create a guide by going to View, Guides, Guide Layout. You're going to see me do 4 rows. Uh, yeah, 4 rows. You only need two, and you're going to do 24 columns. I did a step stair with this. You don't have to do it. It is a lot of extra work. Just do the two and move your middle guide up to about a third of the way up your file. After that, you are going to create 3 layers, and you need to give them each their own distinct color. These are going to be your fringe layers that you're going to be working with. After that, rename your layers. It will make your life easier. Just rename them. Trust me. Now we're going to begin cutting the fringe. You're going to select your top layer. You're going to skip the first section, and then you're going to cut the next 2 sections using the marquee tool. And then you're just going to repeat this for the whole layer. So it's just simply skip 1, cut 2, skip 1, cut 2. And really that's going to be the pattern you're going to use the whole way with all of them. Only it's going to be slightly different with the first time each one. So on your middle layer, you're going to cut the first section, and then you're going to skip the second section, and then you're going to cut 2 sections. This is so that you can get the alternating pattern so that it looks like different strips of paper. So again, it's skip 1, cut 2, the whole way down. And then on your bottom layer, you're going to cut the first 2 sections, skip 1, and then cut 2. And again, just repeating, skip 1, cut 2. Now we're going to add our paper. This really works best with striped pattern paper because it really sort of shows the movement. You can use plain paper. It also works well with it. But like really busy papers, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it really just depends. You're going to merge your papers into your fringe layers, and then you're probably going to need to rename them. Then you're going to select all of your layers, and you're going to resize them just a little. You don't want to resize it a lot. You just need some wiggle room. And yes, please shadow your layers. You will see that I start working on it, and then I can't see anything, so I have to go and shadow it. To create the fringe effect, you're going to go to Edit, and then Transform, and then Warp. And then you're going to use your mouse to pull the sections around. This is where I realized I didn't have a shadow. So you're just, let's get back through this. We're going to go to Transform, Warp again. But then you're going to pull on the different areas of your layer and move it around. You can sort of see, like, when you move it up or down, it's going to change the line of where it is. That's why I said it works really well with striped paper, because it really sort of shows the movement in it. And so you're just gonna keep going to transform or edit, transform, warp, and pull each of the layers around until you get it how you like it. There's no need to try to make it perfect. I mean, it's fringe. Fringe doesn't look perfect anyway, so just, sort of wiggle it about, make it overlap some, pull some parts down and some parts up, just, give it sort of that illusion of movement. You do want to kind of keep the top parts a little bit straighter, just to sort of make it a little easier on the eyes, but it's okay if it's not, because nobody's going to see it that close except you. Now you're going to left click on the layer styles in your layers, and you're going to click create new layer. You need to do this because you're going to have to edit your shadows. To edit your shadows, you're going to do it the same way you did the papers. You're going to click on your shadows layer and then go to edit, transform, and warp. And again, you're just going to pull it around so that the shadow looks more organic to how the paper is falling. So if you have paper that is, coming down and then sort of swooping over to one side, you're going to want to pull your shadow over that way just to sort of make it look like, you're actually seeing how it would fall on the paper. And then you're going to repeat this with all of your shadows. Then selecting all of your layers, take your fringe and drag it onto your paper. And this sort of gives you a good idea of how it's going to look. You can save what you did and use it as a template, but it will only work for plain paper. I mean, it works great for plain paper. I mean, it's great to have a copy saved. But I mean, the already warped template only works for plain. Pattern paper, you need to have the warp in the pattern, else it looks off. It doesn't quite look right. And then to easily move your layers around, select them all and click link. Trust me, you want to do this. It'll be a headache if you don't. And then you can just, especially if it's just a striped paper, like I told you to use, you could just duplicate your layer and line it up and move it around and create a full section of it like I did here, and like you will see me do on my example layout in just a minute. And then you can also duplicate those layers and stack them on top of each other to get the whole full page of fringe effect. That's it. That's the tutorial. It is such a fun and easy thing to do with your pages. It's not as difficult as it looks, I promise. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it helps you on your next page, and I'd love to see it if you end up using it. Bye.